definitely going to be looking at the major headline here on Punch newspaper this morning.
No, actually on the Vanguard.
On the Vanguard newspaper this morning.
Addressing the video of we saw of Bello Turji, one of the leader of bandits there, right there in the northern part of the country, who was addressing, a certain statement from Kamarawa, the former mediator there between the bandits and Zamfara state government there, saying that, he was handed cash and vehicles. And he has come out to say that, he wasn't giving any money or anything, that he has never had 5 million naira in his life, that he did not collect all of those things. But away from that, I think he also went further to blame the former governor of Zamfara State, Ahmed Yerima, and also the former governor of Sokoto, Bafarawa, for actually fueling insecurity in that region, especially the northwestern part of the country. When you see things like this, you wonder how bold, these bandits have become and how disturbing this is. How disturbing is this?
Very, very disturbing. I read a story by Human Angle. It's a publication, an online publication that did a deep dive into the life of Shekau. Turns out that Shekau was a very everyday person. He was living at a point when the heat was too much. He was in Kano. Now, when in Zamfara, according to the report, his hideout was very close to an army outpost. So they knew where he was. They've always known. And it takes you back to the statement of the former president, General Sani Abacha, that if insecurity persists after 24 hours, the government's hand is, somewhere there. Now, the fact is, I would not believe a word that a terrorist says, because this is somebody who lacks character, somebody who derives joy in wasting lives. But again, in every rumor, in every statement, sometimes in jokes, in jest, there's some level of truth. And these men have interacted with some of these political office holders. We've all seen videos of our government officials, local government officials, state government officials having meetings. Now, I don't deny the fact that in the course of governance, you might be forced to meet with certain groups to find peace. But for every time details of this meeting emerges, it is not geared towards the interest of Nigeria. It is usually either a political settlement or something to say, okay, just give me some time, we'll get your members out. Let's take our minds back. How many prison breaks have we had, especially within the northern region, that has led to some of the arrested terrorists being brought back to the streets and to the villages? And all these are not, they're not easy schemes to pull off. Now, one of the terrorists also came out, a couple of them came out yesterday, I think, over the weekend, to say that their arms and ammunition, that they also get supplies from government officials and security officials. So the question is, how deep does this thing go? It's not just that Bello Turji is coming out to say. The fact that they are feeling confident now to come out to accuse not just the former governor, the current one of the current ministers in this administration, his personal aide or one of his aides has also laid some heavy accusations about how much he's probably enabling some of these terrorist activities. So the question is, people within that region, both high and mighty, how sincere are they in solving this crisis? Then who benefits? Somebody did an analysis the other time. Terrorists are quoting 30 million naira in ransom, 100 million naira in ransom. They cannot get 100 million naira in ransom and still stay in the bush. Who is receiving the bulk of this money? How is this money being funneled out of the country or inside the country or within the economy? These are the things that we should be looking at. And then you have the Minister of Communication come out to say, now, the Bello Turji did a video and posted it. Go and read that. So I encourage people to look for that story and read. Shekau had a personal social media aide that he takes his memory card or flash drive to go and, and they see him. Now, this guy has released a video. If you and I do a video criticizing the government, you'll be arrested within 24 hours if they so wish. He has done a video, and the Minister of Communication came out last week to say that these people have a sophisticated technology that they are using to. So again, who exactly benefits from this, and why is it that the government seems unwilling and helpless? Former President Obasanjo came out again last week to say that when he was in government, that they equipped the Nigerian military and security forces so much so that wherever you are, if they want to find you, they will find you. I know how many times it took to kill Shekau, and it wasn't even the Nigerian government that killed him. It was infighting that killed him. Bello Turji has been wreaking havoc all through Zamfara and the northeast, you don't be surprised tomorrow that he might be killed, and it will not be the Nigerian government that kills him. It might be another set of infighting. So the question is, who benefits from this? And this is what the president should go into. So I think Serap also is suing the government to say, release the list of I think terror sponsors that
they claim to have.
That you claim to have. Yeah. Let us know who our enemies are. Because if not, the citizens will just want to believe that government hands are involved. And this is where people now resort to self-help. Now everybody is crying, oh, let's allow people bear arms. Do we think that we can stand in a country where everybody has arms?
Yeah.
Or do we think that's the solution? It is not.
Talking about bodies like Serap, coming through to ask the government to act, when it comes to releasing these names, but beyond releasing the names and also some form of inquiry, on the roles of the former governors and what they did during their time in office to, actually address the situation. Where does the House of Rep or Senate come in here? Can they also call up an inquiry, to actually ask questions to get to the root of this?
Did you see the ambassadorial screening?
Oh, yes, we saw some of them.
What did you see?
Bawango.
The only person that they grilled recently was this former CDS, current Minister of Defense, right? And that was because they knew that the attention of the world was on them. We don't have a serious Senate and House of Reps. There was a lady that came out, a video that trended one time of a lady that works in the House of Assembly that accused them of a lot of things that they don't even read their documents. The truth is that until we have serious intellectuals who are patriots in the Senate and House of Reps, we are wasting time. The House of Reps and Senate is a retirement home. Former governors, former this, former that, who just go there and collect their allowances, try to be relevant in the political scheme of their countries, of their local government, and that's all. Because like I said the other time, look at the level of debate America had about our own crisis. Compare that to even before and after the kind of debate we have seen in the Senate concerning Nigerian issues.
Trump is watching
whichever issue. Yes, Trump is watching.
That's
whether it's taxation, whether it's security, whether it's economy. Okay, we talk about flights. Look at my personal aid because his personal aid was affected. That's the only reason the senator was bringing up the issue of flights. And then the minister comes out to tell you that it's not. You know what? We cannot do anything. A government that tells you they cannot do anything about the plight of the citizenry tells you that they don't have our interest at heart. So we need to start looking at elections at all levels, because this conversation, whether you take it to the Senate or take it to the House of Reps, they don't hold sway. There's no president currently who is afraid of the Senate. It was under, I think, Saraki and then the OBJ era where we saw the Senate actually pull its own weight. Threat of impeachment. When last did you hear that they were trying to impeach a president? Is everything happening not grounds for gross imperformance or underperformance? But the president and governor are very comfortable. So we don't have a system. The idea of democracy having checks and balances is lost in Nigeria. The Senate can't even elect its own leaders. That's how bad it is.
Speaking about the peace negotiation, because Bello Turji said that he accused those two governors of not receiving a payment during the peace negotiations. How credible are peace negotiations when it comes to handling insecurity, and what's a risk can he pose to national security of our country?
The question is, when you're saying peace negotiations, what do they want? As I sit here now, I don't know what the bandits want. If you go to the east, maybe the guys from my point will tell you, we want our own states. The guys from the Sunday Bohus side will say we want our own state. The people from Niger Delta will tell you we want resource control, we want this, we want that. What do the bandits want? Because it is not clear. So you can't make peace with somebody whose demands are not clear, whose ideology is not clear. Because if somebody's ideology is to wreak havoc, kill people, there is no negotiating with such person. It's to decapitate it. If they were saying, no, we want some sort of equitable governance, we want this, we want inclusion, we want this, okay, we can say, okay, drop your arms, this is what we can do, this is what we... But we don't know what... Because these people are collecting taxes, don't forget. They are almost a government to themselves. Communities pay them now to be able to farm, to be able to do things. So what incentive do they really have? So the Nigerian state basically has abdicated its responsibilities around that area. So until first the government takes up its responsibility of protecting lives and property, and then say, okay, you know what, because of the nature of the warfare, let's sit down with you, let's know what your problems are, and they articulate it.